Lakers faced off against the 76ers. It came down to a heroic game-winning shot, basically, by Tobias Harris. And there were a couple of takeaways from the game people should really follow and understand the ebbs and the flows. One thing is, Lakers defense is elite. If they come out and they flat out want to shut you down or throw in a defensive scheme, it is 100% elite because they were down double digits multiple times in the game, and essentially their defense and their ability to get stops is what got them back in the game, turning the Philadelphia 76ers over multiple times to getting timely baskets. But it's that defense. And one thing that you got to understand about a championship team, guys, as much as you love the offense, as much as you love the star players, that defense has to be on point. And the championship team, a la the Lakers, they have a great defensive pedigree. Now, one thing that mars their defense, however, is their inability to recognize when certain things are not allowed to happen. LeBron and AD have a kind of thing where they always, for some reason, in crunch time moments, high leverage moments, they kind of shy away from guarding the other team's best player. And you saw that with LeBron James in the finals, right? So in the finals, he wasn't really guarding Jimmy Butler all that much until kind of like when he saw like, whoa, they basically got 2 games because I wasn't guarding them, and they're like, nah, let me step it up. AD kind of did the same thing. He was like, initially, he wasn't guarding James Harden in the series last year in the playoffs, but towards the end of the series when they saw like it was crunch time or whatever the case is, he was like, all right, I'm going to start guarding James Harden even more. And that's kind of the thing that annoys me about the Lakers. It's like, if you start out from the jump imposing your will defensively, guarding the team's best player, not allowing that switch on Tobias Harris, so Tobias Harris to get that switch with Caruso and stuff like that. If you do that from the very get-go, you basically can tear the heart out of teams. And this is nitpicking because the Lakers are basically 10-1 on a road trip. They had 10 straight games of domination, first in the West, imposing their will. But a game like this, where you know how they say people can't turn it on, teams can't turn it on. It's true, you can't turn it on. But the Lakers stayed the course. And what that shows me is they're really ready to repeat. At the end of the day, defense is your calling card. If you can't defend, you can't do anything. You see that a lot with the Brooklyn Nets, where they have gone and played 5 or 6 overtime games due to bad defensive principles. Even basic defensive principles such as effort, contesting every shot. They're not doing that, giving other teams confidence. That's why teams are scoring 120 plus on the Brooklyn Nets. Defensively, they need to shore that up. When you're looking at the Lakers, it's like, whoa, like they can really give teams problems defensively because they've gotten better from last year. And that's crazy. Now, when you're looking at the Philadelphia 76ers, they should be encouraged. Because one thing is, they have a high-powered offense. They've proven that. They haven't missed a beat, losing J.J. They lost a bunch of shooters, and they haven't missed a beat, right? Now, think about this. Now you have Joel Embiid coming into his own, really dominating the paint. If he can stay healthy, that's a big if. But if he can stay healthy, the 76ers will be in the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's the bottom line. I'm not even exaggerating or nothing. They will be in the Eastern Conference Finals. They probably will face off against the Nets. And if they do, guess what? The Nets, we're looking at a 7-game series. Because the Nets cannot defend the interior at all. And they get in foul trouble. And that's all it takes is one guy like Durant, Kyrie, or KD getting in foul trouble. I mean, yeah, Durant, Harden, Kyrie getting in foul trouble. And we're looking at a change series. We're looking at a 7-game series there. So Philly should be encouraged. The Lakers, this is crazy. Like, we're nitpicking a loss where essentially the only reason they lost because they didn't come out the gates firing. If they came out with sharp mental focus, which is hard to do on a road trip. You're on the road. They're on the road for like 13 straight games. Like, You know, guys, your mind will wander, but for them to do a valiant effort, that shows within itself the championship pedigree. Hoops Junction, Hoops meets Hoopla. Like, comment, and subscribe.